Hey everyone, good morning. Brand new day, Wednesday, and we are going to open at an all-time high. This market is just non-stop, isn't it? Good morning, Hevaz, Paul, MEVK, Jonathan. Good to see you guys. Never gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Well, let's mark out the previous high previous all-time high, which was yesterday. Gonna start marking some of these lows too. We have a ton of unbroken lows. Archer, good morning. Toad, that's a throwback there. Is this real life? Doesn't seem like it, does it? Good morning, Chris. All right, got all of our unbroken lows drawn out. The high from yesterday on the chart. We find ourselves in an uptrend. An uptrend too that looks like it's still in play, so we could get a long setup right off the gate. On ES or on Nasdaq, they're doing the same thing, which is awesome. That's what we want to see. Got that high marked out. I will also tag on some of these unbroken lows, of which there are many to the downside. Cool, so we are all set to go. Open is in just a couple minutes, and we'll see if this uptrend can hold right off of the start here. Good morning, Tom. Thank you for smashing the like button as always. We had some great price action yesterday. Caught a nice trade in the morning. There was a couple good opportunities throughout the day, and today looks like it might set up to be the same. Good morning, Bill. We're now a minute and a half away from open And we don't really have any scheduled economic news. The president is going to be speaking at 11:15. We'll have to be aware of that and ready for that. Okie dokie. Market is open, baby. We're watching for that pullback and that opportunity to take a long here. Pretty volatile right out of the gate. A lot of people are interested right now at this all-time high. S&P is getting towards that moving average there. We got one bounce off of it. Let's see if we can get one more pullback. Come on, ES, give us that chance here. That'd be sweet to get a trade right off the bat. All right, already this is looking like perhaps a break and a new high. However, it certainly could be a secondary channel. This is what we saw yesterday. Spike up in a secondary channel pretty much all day, so be watching for this. And no real news overnight that I'm seeing that could justify all this move. You know, this is the kind of move you'd expect on some serious news gap up and then just continuation to the upside, but we really didn't have anything that would warrant that overnight. But I am going to be pulling up my news feed, especially for Trump's speech at 11:15. You will want a news feed on for that. See if we can pull back to the EMA and get another chance here. Shraddha saying you think it's the rate cut hopes. No, they've been pretty vocal that they're planning on cutting rates in the fall. Like the market's already priced that in. So that would not have been new news. Fed chair candidates, maybe. I just think it's greed. Personally, we're at a new all-time high. I think people are just buying to buy. Waiting to see that pullback. Hopefully it holds on the moving average. We can get a trade. The Nasdaq is pulling back too right now. So we'll be watching both of those tickers very closely. They both could set up for a long. I don't like chasing a long after we've already gapped up like this. But we will follow the chart. If it sets up, gotta take it. And in order to really trust this move up, you want to see an attempt by the sellers. It's the best possible scenario in which we actually do get a push down. The sellers make a legitimate attempt to fill the gap, and then that is reversed. So we want to see that. Even if you're a bull, even if you're looking for a long, you want to see the sellers try. And another new high. What do you know? Not even so much as an EMA test to give us a chance. Come on, baby. Pull back. Let's go. Let's go. Nasdaq pullback is very close to the 21. And we already have on this pullback, I was going to say 2 legs, but actually this made a new high. So we have to restart our count from this high here. Again, if we get a legitimate test towards the downside, the sellers actually try to reverse this thing, we're going to be able to be much more confident in longs. So I'm really wanting to see a correction here. I'm wanting to see sellers give this thing a try, push it down, have it play out, and then bounce right back up over the EMA. At this point, then you can take long super confidently, and then maybe you get a trade that you can ride for a long time. What you don't want to do is chase a gap up to another all-time high. Come on, baby. Come back for us. Don't leave us all alone here. There we go. It's a nice looking pullback. Nasdaq a bit weak. It is pulling back at a higher clip than ES right now. Not a great sign for the bulls when tech is lagging behind. In a really good bullish rally, you're going to see tech leading. Michael, good morning. Si, senor. 21. 21. ES still has not touched the 21. And that's fine. If it's just going to rally without us, guys, like, you got to be okay with that. You have to know the situation in which the probabilities are with you and when they're against you. So chasing a gap up to an all-time high when we haven't even got a pullback yet, it's just not going to go well. Probabilities are not favoring you. So be patient. I know it's hard to watch sometimes these moves that just seem like they're going to go on forever. But yeah, there's no reason to throw your money away when probabilities aren't favoring what you're wanting to do. Nasdaq's still lagging too, so we're still seeing weakness in tech. This could drag the market down very quickly. ES still just remaining in this channel for now. See if it follows the NQ down on this weakness. Where are those sellers at, baby? Where are they? Sellers went on summer vacation. That's where they went. After April, they were like, you know what? We're just gonna call this one here. New high for the S&P. Meanwhile, NQ's all the way back at the 21. Again, showing some of that weakness. But it could get going. We could get a big pop here on the Nas and just continue this uptrend. I'd take a higher low on the NQ if it appears. We already have clear second entry. Was below the EMA, so but if we could come up here, get a higher low, I will take it. S&P is not even pulled back. Still watching for that higher low here. I'll take a chance if it forms really nicely. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. See if we can get a little pop here. Could have considered taking the scalp up there. Might. If we get back up, I might take it. Just with a little uncertainty in this market. Come on. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna lock in some profits here, trail the stop. Boom. We'll take it. We'll take it. I wish that had come after we had really gotten a bid check and could trust the uptrend. Then I'd probably let it ride a little bit more. Tempting just to hold on to this and say, oh man, maybe I'm catching the low of the day, but it's a little bit too early to trust the trend in that way. ES still has not even corrected, not even had a minor correction. Just straight up so far. Anyone else get that NQ long? Had to take a chance on it, even with the uncertainty of the trend for the day. It's set up too nicely. Dennis, Paul, Chris, nice. Good work, guys. Yas got it. Beautiful. Even Scuba Steve. Everyone's favorite superhero. Yeah, zero effort from sellers for sure. At least on the S&P, the Nasdaq is looking a lot heavier. We still haven't been able to make a new high yet. Got another candle that's looking like they want to at least attempt it to the downside. I'm not going to say that the market's going to reverse or anything, but it sure looks like it on the Nas. Okay, there's our correction. Finally, guys, finally. It's what we've been waiting for. So this is what we want to see happen here. We want to see this move down, play out. So get this move, get a break, get a new low. Have the sellers really have tried, and they definitely have right here, and have it just not work out, fizzle out, and then pop back above the 21. And that's when we're going to have a lot of confidence in this market. And that's why, guys, this is exactly why I just took the scalp on Nasdaq. You always have to be thinking about the market context, right? You always have to be thinking about the bigger picture. And the bigger picture was telling us to wait, to not shoot for the stars, to not trust the trend too much. We still had a good setup, right? We still had a higher low above the EMA, so we had to, I mean, you have to try, but the context is telling you how much you can really trust it. And the answer was not much. I am going to reload my data. Just realized I haven't done that yet. And ES, we just want it to play out. I guess we technically did have a small break and new low. Would prefer to get a little bit farther down than that. All right, my chart has been reloaded. I want to see that second leg down of this downtrend. If we can get that and then a push above, we're going to be a lot more confident in longs. NQ looking like it has 2 legs down. Would even venture to guess that's probably a measured move. Does look like it. There's that second leg coming on ES. The measured move on ES. It's a natural target to where this downward pressure could go to before we reverse. Maybe even consider a little scalp here. If that bullish bar is happening on the measured move, I might consider a little scalp, but we still have a little bit of ways to go. NQ weakness continues. It has gone beyond the measured move, continues to drop. Getting pretty close to the gap fill there. Should be the natural place for this to go if the selling pressure continues. Oof. NQ keeps dropping. No sign of slowing down just yet. NQ looks like it's reaching for that gap. All right. ES pushing above the moving average. This is what we want. We're going to feel a lot more confident in this uptrend if we can now get that selling out of the way, which was great. This is exactly what you want to see when the day opens, to really trust an uptrend. And now if we can hold above the EMA, we're going to be golden. Ooh, that's quite the candle on ES. Still looking for that higher low though. I won't take this higher low after that bearish bar. We may not be done selling yet. Watching that EMA to see if we can get above. So far it's kind of acting like resistance. Yeah, prices keep rejecting at the EMA. We just got to be patient here. Okay, there's another leg down of selling on ES. And if earlier in the day, if we were let's take a trip back in time, guys. I want you to be honest with yourself. When we were right here, right? It's somewhere in here, and we just kept going up and up, and there was no chance to enter. Were you feeling like, man, I'm feeling left out? Gosh, I just kind of want to go long here. Was anyone, try to remember the emotions you were feeling in here as the market just kept going up without us? Were you starting to get antsy? Were you wanting to find a way to take a trade? Think back to that. Think back to those emotions and look how everything played out. Like, what if you would have followed those emotions? What if you would have tried to just like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to get in along here. And then look at this, right? This is why you wait for confirmation. That's why you have to be aware of the market context and just wait for the trade to set up. It never set up here, so you can't take anything. And this is what you avoid. Like, this would be so painful if you're trying to get long up there. So just a good little exercise sometimes, like lean into remember the emotions that you're feeling, and then watch how the market played out and imagine what you would have felt if you would have acted on those emotions. NQ is getting closer and closer to that gap fill. This is kind of looking like a spike in a secondary channel. That's how I'm going to draw it out. May take a long scalp on ES with this downtrend being played out. Just thinking about it, that bar didn't finish right though. ES just stalling out right here. Again, we're waiting for that push above the moving average. That's going to tell us we're good to go to buy again. The setup here would be a double higher low. So we want a higher low here, and then a higher low as like a break and retest of the EMA. That is your reversal setup. That's what we're looking for. Looks a little bit clearer on ES. Nasdaq, we still possibly have a little downtrend in play. So we'll definitely focus on ES for this one. Gosh, I wish we get our first higher low already. Now NQ showing some strength. Looks like it wants to pop above the moving average here. Matt, no, I would not draw a wider downtrend just yet. Keep in mind that, always zoom out if we need to. There's a pretty strong uptrend. You don't want to lose sight of that. This is a pretty good move. And then look at this pullback relative to that. So this is still just a pullback, right? Could this develop into a wider trend? Yes, but you want to wait for additional confirmation. In order to do this, you'd have to be skipping this first swing. So this has to be our initial reaction that the downtrend was right here and it played out. And then if it keeps going down, if we reject here and make a new low, that's when we'll start looking at a wider trend. But right here, it's unconfirmed and we still have to play into the larger context. Toad, and say, anyone see Rips ripping on the little guy? Wait, do you mean the YouTuber? Who's the little guy? Am I the little guy? Am I involved in drama? All right. Here's our little higher low. Let's see if we can pop up and get another one. NQ also has a higher low here. See if we can get a break and retest. So far, no. ES getting rejected. Looks like it wants to make a new low. Sellers are selling, ladies and gentlemen. Sellers gonna sell. Toad, thank you. Appreciate that. You've been an OG around here, holding it down. Appreciate your presence in the chat, man. Action has kind of slowed down a little bit too. Like we had some pretty fluid movement. However, now where are we at? 10, 11 to 10. I mean, we've had 15 minutes of just sideways chop right now after some pretty fluid movement to the downside. So I don't like this. I don't like it. Let's get out of here. I don't care if it's up or down. Let's go somewhere. ES keeps going down. Like I said earlier, we will be looking at this wider channel. And with a new low, we'll definitely put this on the chart. All right, so we'll see how this pullback does. If the EMA rejects again and we get a second entry short, we'll take it. But we have a possible overshoot on that wider channel now. Yeah, this is looking like an overshoot. We're just gonna have to be patient here. This could even be like a steeper channel starting to develop here. But yeah, when you have an overshoot, you don't want to trust the downtrend too much. You could get a violent reaction to the upside. NQ is super close to filling that gap, and that could also be a support level where we ultimately bounce. So I think we just have a bit to let this all develop. So I wouldn't be jumping into anything anytime soon. We already got a nice scalp on Nasdaq this morning, and everything was lining up well. Now not so much. So just be patient here, let things develop, and at least we got some good movement again. So that is setting us up for another great day of trading. I will look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord to hunt some setups. We'll get after it. And yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out this morning. Hope it's a great trading day for you, and I'll see you next time.